Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is 𝐕𝐏𝐂 and in today's video I'll show you how to create a VPC peering connection between two VPCs on AWS. So here VPC peering connection is a networking connection that enables you to connect two virtual private clouds so that they can communicate with each other privately using private IP addresses. So it's a cost-effective and simple way to achieve high-performance communication between VPCs without choosing public IPs, VPNs, or any additional gateways. Okay, so here you can see this is the architecture right now we are going to follow. So first we are going to create two different VPCs and we are going to set up subnets, firewall rules, route tables and internet gateways. Okay, and after that we are going to create two virtual machines on both the VPCs and we are going to set up VPC peering connection between these two VPCs. Okay, so let's do this everything in a practical. So here you can see this is my AWS management console. So first we need to navigate to VPC and directly select here your VPCs. So here you can see currently I have only the default VPC. So let me open this in a new tab. So here let's create for VPCA and here let's create for VPCB. Okay. So I will come here. First I'll create for VPCA. So let's give the name like VPCA or else let's give VPC1 and after that we need to use the IPv4 CIDR for VPC 10.0.0.0/16 MBV. Okay. So after that you can directly create this VPC, create VPC. Directly select your VPCs. So here you can see VPC1 has been created. So now I'm going to create VPC2. Directly select here create VPC and here I'm going to select VPC2 and here let's give 10.1.0.0/16 and I'm going to create this VPC and directly select your VPCs and refresh this page. So here you can see now we created VPC1 and VPC2. So now we are going to create subnets in both the VPCs. Okay. So now I'll come here and I will go to VPC1 and directly select here subnets. So these are all the default subnets. Okay. So I'm going to create two subnets for VPC1. Okay. Directly select here create subnet. I'm going to create for VPC1. So here we need to select VPC1 and first we need to provide the subnet name. VPC1 hyphen subnet A. Okay, so this is the name I'm giving. So I'm going to copy this. Now we need to use the subnet CIDR. So this is the VPC CIDR. Okay, so we need to use the subnet CIDR 10.0.0.0/24. So I'm going with 256 IPs. So I'm going to create another subnet. Directly select here add subnet. So here availability zone. Let's select US East 1A. And now here let's select VPC1 subnet B. Okay, so now here I'm going to select availability zone as US East 1B and subnet CIDR 10.0.1.0/24. So it also creates with 256 IPs. Directly select here create subnet. So now both the subnets will be created under VPC1. Okay, so here you can see these both subnets are created under VPC1. So now let's directly jump on to VPC2. So directly select here subnets and here directly select create subnet and here we need to select VPC2. So here we need to create subnets for VPC2. VPC2 hyphen subnet A. So this is the name I'm giving. So I will copy this. So availability zone I'm going to select taken US Central 1A and subnet CIDR. Let's give 10.1.0.0/24. Okay. So it also created 256 IPs. So directly select here add a new subnet. So single subnet is also enough guys. Okay. So I'm going to create another subnet VPC to subnet B. And here availability zone I'm going to select US East 1B. And now subnet CID 10.1.0.1.1/24. Okay. 24. Create subnet. So same CIDR we have provided for VPC2 subnet here, so that's why it is not taking. So let's do one thing. I'm going to select here 0 and I'm going to change this to 1. So now it will create. Directly select here create subnet. So now both the subnets will be created under VPC2. So here you can see subnet A and subnet B created under VPC2. Okay, so up to now we created a VPC and we created two subnets in both the VPCs. So now let's come here. Let's directly select here internet gateways. So now let's create internet gateway and let's attach internet gateway to this VPCs. So currently I'm on VPC1. Directly select your internet gateways, and currently this is the default internet gateway. So I'm going to create a new internet gateway for VPC1. Directly select here create internet gateway and provide internet gateway 1. Let's give the name like VPC1 hyphen IGW internet gateway, and directly select here create internet gateway. And now we need to currently status it is in detached mode. So we need to attach this internet gateway to our VPC. So I'm going to use this internet gateway for VPC1. Directly select here attach to VPC and provide VPC1. Directly select here attach internet gateway. So here you can see status is changed to attached and it is attached to VPC1. Okay, so now let's directly jump on to VPC2 and directly select here create internet gateway. So now here I'm going to select VPC2 hyphen internet gateway IGW and create internet gateway. So here also currently it is in detached mode and it is this internet gateway is not using any of the VPC. So I'm going to use this internet gateway for VPC2. Directly select attach to VPC and here directly select VPC2 and directly select attach internet gateway. So now we successfully created internet gateway and we attach this internet gateway to VPC2. Currently status it is attached. Okay. So now we need to create route tables. So directly select here, directly jump on to VPC1 and directly select route tables. So now let's create a route table for VPC1. Directly select here create route table. So VPC1 hyphen RT stands for route table. Okay. So here I'm going to select VPC1. So this route table I'm going to create for VPC1. Directly select here create route table and now directly select your route tables. So here you can see a route table has been created. So now we need to associate our subnets to this route table. Directly select this and directly select subnet associations, and here you can see currently under VPC1 we have two different subnets. One is VPC1 subnet A and VPC2 subnet P, and we need to associate these two subnets to this route table. To associate this, you need to select here edit subnet associations and directly select this two subnets VPC1 subnet A and VPC1 subnet P. Directly select here save associations. So now in subnet associations, both the subnets are associated with this route table. Okay, so now we need to edit these routes. Directly select here routes and edit routes, add route, and I'm going to provide internet for this. So using internet gateway, so directly select here internet gateway and provide VPC1 internet gateway. Okay, directly select here save changes. Okay, so now we need to perform this for VPC2. Directly come here, directly select your route tables. Let me refresh this page. Okay, so now let's create a route table for VPC2. Directly select here create route table, and first we need to provide the route table name. So VPC2 hyphen RT route table, and here let's select VPC2 and directly select here create route table. So route table has been created for VPC2, but we need to associate our subnets. Directly select here subnet associations, and currently here you can see under VPC2, two subnets has been created, VPC2 subnet A and VPC2 subnet B. So now these both subnets we need to associate to this route table. So directly select here edit subnet associations, directly select these two subnets and directly select here save associations. So now both the subnets are associated with this route table. So here you can see these are the two subnets. So we need to add routes. So edit routes, add route, and here through internet gateway we are going to provide internet. So VPC internet gateway. Okay, VPC to internet gateway. Directly select here save changes. So now let's jump onto this diagram. So up to now we created two VPCs and we created subnets and we created route tables and we created internet gateways. So now we need to create two different EC2 instances in both the VPCs. Okay. So now I will come here and I will directly jump onto EC2 and directly select here instances. So let me refresh this. So here you can see currently we don't have any of the EC2 instances. So let's create two EC2 instances of both the VPCs. Okay. So directly select your launch instance and let's give the name like VPC1 hyphen instance. So let's give this name. So I'm going to create this instance under VPC1. So I'm going to copy this. So here OS I'm going to select Ubuntu, and instance type I'm going with T2 micro. So here I'm not using any of the key pairs. So let me drop down this. So here I'm going to select proceed without a key pair. So let me cancel this. Okay. So directly select your Ubuntu once again. So let me refresh this page. So again, let's provide instance name VPC1 instance, and OS I'm going to select Ubuntu. Now instance type I'm going with T2 micro. So here key pair I'm not going to create any of the key pair. So I'm going to select here proceed without a key pair. Okay. So this is the main thing in networking settings. So previously we created two different VPCs. So now I'm going to create this EC2 instance for VPC1. So here we need to select VPC1, and here it will automatically take the subnets. So I'm going to select this VPC1 subnet A. Here you can select VPC1 subnet B also. Okay, anything is no problem. And auto assign public IP, here I'm going to select this enable. So if you select here enable, public IP address will be created. Okay. So now here I'm going to create a security group VPC1 hyphen SG. So this is the name I'm giving. So I'm going to remove this VPC2 hyphen, sorry, VPC1 hyphen SG. Okay. So now in inbound rules, I'm going to give traffic only for SSH. Okay. Now I'm going with the default storage, which is 8 GB, and I'm going to directly select here create instance. So now this instance will be created under VPC1. Okay. Let's wait. So let me select here instances. So currently our instance is in running state. So meanwhile, let's create instance 2. Directly select your launch instance and paste this name here. So here I'm going to change to VPC2. So OS I'm going to select Ubuntu, and instance type I'm going with T2 micro, and key pair. Here I'm going to select proceed without a key pair. So let's wait. So here I'm going to select proceed without a key pair, and in networking here I'm going to select VPC2. So now I'm going to create this EC2 instance under this VPC2. Okay. So here I'm going to select VPC2 subnet A, and here I'm going to create a security group VPC2 hyphen SG. Okay. So now let me remove this VPC2 hyphen SG. Okay. So I'm going to provide inbound traffic only for SSH, which is port 22, and I'm going with default storage, which is 8 GB, and directly I'm going to select here launch instance. Before launching instance, here you can see we're going to create for VPC2 launch instance. So now we created two virtual machines on both the VPCs. Okay. So now let's come here. So let me directly select your instances. So let's refresh this page. So both the instances are in up and running. So now let's connect for VPC1 instance. Directly select here connect, and here we need to select connect. So meanwhile, let's come here and directly select VPC2 instance and directly select here connect. So here you can see for VPC instance, for VPC2 instance, we haven't enabled auto assign public IP address. So that's why here it is not showing public IP address. So if you see for VPC1 instance, it will provide public IP address. Why? Because means we have enabled auto assign public IP address. Okay. So now let's connect to this instance, connect, and here we need to select connect. So let's wait. So here you can see no public IPv4 or IPv6 address assigned. Okay. So now let's do one thing. I will delete this virtual machine. We'll terminate this virtual machine. and I'm going to create a new virtual machine. Okay, sorry for this. So I'm going to create a new virtual machine. So before creating this virtual machine, let me remove this name. Let me select here launch instance and provide VPC2 instance. So now we need to create this VPC, this EC2 instance under VPC2. Okay, Ubuntu, and here I'm going with instance type T2 micro, and key pair I'm going to select here proceed without a key pair, and in networking here I'm going to select VPC2, and here I'm going to select VPC2 subnet A, and here we need to enable this. Okay, then only public IP address will be associated. Okay, so now here I'm going to select existing security group, which is VPC2 SG, and I'm going with the default storage, which is 8 GB, and directly select here launch instance. So meanwhile, let's come here. So currently here you can see uh, this is the VPC1 instance 10.0.0.172. So let me come here and let me select here instances. So directly select here VPC1 instance. So here you can see 10.0.0.172 means this is our instance one. So first let's do one thing. So let's update this instance by using sudo apt update -y. So it will update our virtual machine. So meanwhile, let's come here and let's directly refresh this page. So here you can see VPC2 currently is in active and running. So now let's select this and directly select. So here you can see now public IP address has been assigned. So now let's directly connect to this connect and directly select here connect. So meanwhile, let's come here. So sudo su. Okay, currently we are in super user. So now let's come here. So here you can see it is connecting to VPC2. That means VPC2 instance. So here you can see 10.1.0.250. So if I come here, instances, directly select VPC2 instance. So 10.1.0.250. That means this is VPC2 instance. So now let me update this instance. So let's select here VP. So this is instance 1 and this is instance 2. Okay. So now let's come to instance 2. Let's clear the screen now. So now sudo apt update -y. So it will update our virtual machine. So let me clear the screen now. Sudo su. Currently I'm on super user. Okay. So now let's do one thing. So this is VPC1. That means sorry, VPC1 instance 10.0.0.72. So let's come here. So here you can see. Let's select here VPC1 instance 10.0.0.172. So this is instance 1 and this is instance 2, which is 10.1.0.250. So directly select here VPC2 instance 10.1.0.250. Okay, so this is VPC2 instance. So now let's directly copy VPC2 instance private IP address. Okay, and let's come to VPC1, sorry, VPC1 instance, and let's directly ping from here. So let's see whether it will ping or not. So here you can see request, it is not going in, it is not coming back. So let me copy VPC1 private IP address and let's come to VPC1, VPC2 EC2 instance, and let's ping from here. Ping and paste the private IP address. Okay, so here you can see ping is not going in, it is not coming back. Why? Because means both the EC2 instances are created in different VPCs, so that's why ping is not going in, it is not coming back. So now to avoid this issue, we can create a VPC peering connection between these two VPCs. Okay, so now let's create a VPC peering connection. So when we create VPC peering connection, both the EC2 instances communicate with each other. Okay, so now let's directly jump onto VPC and directly select here peering connections. Okay, and here you need to select create peering connection, and we need to give the peering connection name like VPC 1 to VPC 2. So we are going to create a VPC peering connection from VPC1 to VPC2. Okay. So now here we need to select a local VPC. So here I'm going to select VPC1. So select another VPC to peer with. Okay. So here we need to select another VPC to peer. Okay. So my another VPC is VPC2. I'm going to pair with VPC2. So now here you can see in accounts we have two different options. One is my account and another account. So if your destination VPC is in another account, you can directly select here another account. So if it is in the same account, you can directly select here same account. So if you select here another account, you need to provide account ID. So this is the account ID. You need to provide that account ID and you need to provide accepted VPC ID. Okay. So now currently my VPC2 is in the same account. So I'm going to select my account and I'm going to select here VPC2. And source I'm going to select VPC1. So now directly select here create peering connection. So directly select here peering connections. So here you can see peering has been created, but currently it is in pending acceptance. So we need to accept this peering request. So directly select this VPC peering and directly select your actions. And here you need to select accept request. Okay, and accept request. So automatically status will change to add to. So here you can see currently it is add to. So now we successfully created a peering connection between two VPCs, but it will not work, guys. Okay, why? Because means we need to edit our route tables. So now directly jump on to VPC1 and directly select here route tables, and here directly refresh this. Now we have two different route tables for VPCs, VPC1 route table and VPC2 route table. Okay, so now we need to select here VPC1 route table and directly select here routes, and here we need to select edit routes, and here we need to provide our peering connection. Directly select here add route, and here destination I'm going to select peering connection and I'm going to select this, and here source we need to provide VPC2 CIDR. Okay, so let me copy this VPC2 CIDR and let's come here, let's paste it here. Okay, and directly select here use. Now directly select here save changes. So now directly select here route tables, and now we need to select VPC2 route table and directly select here routes, and here again select edit routes, add route, and here we need to provide VPC1 CIDR. Okay, so now let me copy VPC1 CIDR. So this is the VPC1 CIDR, and we need to provide this CIDR on VPC2 route table. Okay, let me copy this, sorry, paste it here, and here I'm going to select peering connection, and this is the peering connection, and directly select here save changes. So now we successfully updated route tables to enable communication between these two VPCs. So now at last we need to modify security groups. Okay, so here you can see we updated route tables, but still ping is not going in, it is not coming back. Why? Because means still we need to do something like we need to update our security groups on for both the instances. So currently I am on VPC1 instance, directly select here security, and here directly select VPC1 security group. So directly select edit inbound rules and directly come here and copy VPC2 CIDR. Again copy this, come to VPC1 instance and directly select here add rule, and here I'm going to paste this IP and I'm going to select here use. Now here I'm going to select all traffic. Okay, so here directly select save rules, and now directly select here instances and directly select VPC2 instance, directly select your security. Now here we need to select VPC2 security group, directly select this and directly select here edit inbound rules. So now let's come here and we need to copy VPC1 CIDR. Okay, so let me copy this VPC1 CIDR and let's come here and directly select here add rule, and here we need to provide all traffic and we need to provide VPC1 CIDR. on VPC2 security group. Okay, directly select your save rules. Now both the instances can ping to each other. Okay, so let's wait. So here it is working. Let me cancel this. So here you can see ping is going and it is coming back. Why? Because means we have updated our route tables and we updated our security group. So let me cancel this. So let me clear the screen and let me clear the screen. So now let's jump on to instances. So currently this is VPC1 instance. So VPC1 instance AID are private IPv4 range is 10.0.0.172. So here you can see 10.0.0.172. So this is instance 1 and instance 2 IP is 10.1.0.250. So let's come here and let's select VPC2 instance. So here you can see 10.1.0.250. So that means this is VPC2 private IP address. So now let's copy VPC2 private IP address and let's try to ping from instance 1. So I'm going to select here ping and I'm going to paste it here, directly select here, enter. So now here you can see ping is going and it is coming back. Why? Because means we created a peering connection between two VPCs. So that's why it is working. So now let me copy VPC1 private IP address and let's come to VPC2 instance and let's ping from VPC2 to VPC1. Directly paste it here and enter. Okay, so here you can see ping is going and it is coming back. Why? Because means we created a VPC peering connection and we updated our route tables and to communicate these two VPCs and we updated our security groups also. Okay, so this is how you can set up a VPC peering connection between two VPCs on AWS. So in same like this I created on Google Cloud. So if you haven't watched that videos, please do watch that videos on my YouTube channel. So same like this I created a number of videos on Google Cloud. Okay, so and yes, that's it for today's video. Now I'm going to terminate this everything. So after completing your labs, terminate each and everything. Okay, why? Because means Google Cloud will charge more and more amount from, sorry, AWS Cloud will charge more amount from you. So that's why terminate each and everything after completing your labs. Okay, directly I'm going to select both the instances and I'm going to terminate this. Directly select here instance state and directly select here terminate and terminate. So now both the EC2 instances will be terminated. Okay, so now meanwhile let's jump on to peering connections and let's directly delete this peering connection. Okay, directly select here actions and directly select here delete peering connection. So here you need to select delete related route table entries. Okay, it will delete all the route table entries. Okay, directly select this and directly select here delete and delete. So our peering connection has been deleted successfully. So now directly jump onto VPC. So let's wait whether this is terminating or not. So VPC1 instance, it is currently in shutting down state. So let's wait. So after deleting this EC2 instance only we can delete this VPCs. Okay, you need to remember that. So if you delete VPC, then automatically subnets, route tables, internet gateways, and everything will be deleted. Okay. So now let me refresh this. So both the instances are terminated. So now I'm going to delete VPC1. Directly select this VPC1 actions and delete VPC and directly select here delete and delete. So under VPC1, subnets, internet gateways, route tables, everything will be deleted now. Okay. So now directly select VPC2 and actions, delete VPC and directly select here delete and delete. Okay. Both the entire setup has been terminated. Okay. So after completing your labs, try to terminate each and everything. Why? Because means AWS cloud will charge some of the amount from you. Okay. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay. And yes, that's it for today's video. And if you like my video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And see you in the next video. And bye.